God is something that completes you. Humans, we are incomplete, and whatever completes you is your God. And that just touched me so much because I'm not thinking of that line in association with God. I was thinking about that line with, and I connected it to you because a lot of times I feel so incomplete, and you're you're the piece of my puzzle that we fit perfectly, and you complete me. I choose to believe that you are the center of my universe. I love you, and I hope you're doing good.
Hi friends, it's Caleb again with another video. Some of you may know that it's my 2-year anniversary with my fiance coming up. We've been together for about 2 years. We've known each other for much longer than that, closer to 3 years. And we've been engaged for a little bit over a year right here. I thought, partly as a celebration of 2-year anniversary and also as a way of kind of including all of you viewers in my story, my journey toward transitioning, and my growing relationship with the LGBTQ plus community, I thought that I would share a little bit of how we met, the sorts of challenges and issues that we faced up till now, and where we see our future going. Now it's a little bit odd not being able to do this video with my fiancée Nayani right here next to me, but I mean, here's her gorgeous face. Y'all can just look at that, stare at that. She's lovely. So I anticipate that when we finally meet, we will definitely be able to do a video very similar to this together, and it's probably going to be way more fun. And wow, I need a minute just thinking about the day we're going to meet. Back in 2016, beginning of 2017, my fiance and I became friends online. I was a writer who posted poetry, short stories, novels online on one of the major writing platforms. Both of us were going through a hard time. As you know, I myself have been surviving with depression, PTSD, and an anxiety disorder, and a couple of different things that I haven't disclosed yet. And so we were just there to support each other. And so around November 2017, I was starting to feel restless. I was pretty convinced that I liked somebody whom I had been going to school with, but I wasn't so sure because at the end of the day, literally at the end of the day, after seeing that person at school, but not having had the chance to talk to Nayani, who by that time was absolutely my best friend, I still didn't feel like there was something whole in my life. And so one night in November, as I was watching Dan and Phil on YouTube, those boys own my heart, I just got hit over the head, absolutely smashed in the cranium with a realization that I was in love with Nayani. And it was terrifying because, for one, I had not really had a proper relationship since a pretty bad breakup a couple years before. And so I really only had 2 relationships up to this. My first one ended up passing away. That was great, but we were young and obviously it didn't get to continue. The second one was great in the beginning, it was kind of rocky. There were a lot of differences that were very difficult to surmount, especially since I was young. I was a teenager at that time, and so yes, it resulted in a bad breakup. Now this was significant because this was the first time that I was ever going to plan asking out somebody who was AFAB, assigned female at birth. This came on the heels of me not only realizing that I was bisexual, but also that I was possibly queer, genderqueer. So all of this kind of internal realization added to the fact that I was about to jump into possibly a relationship, if you like me back, with another member of the LGBTQ community was so exciting because at some level, at a new level, somebody was going to be able to understand me and we would be able to connect. And yet at the same time, I knew that it came with its challenges because there exists homophobia, transphobia. Added to that was also the fact that it was an online relationship, it was long distance, and so we didn't really know each other's relationship preferences, if the physical aspect was going to be very difficult or not. I knew that because we lived in certain cultural contexts that we would not be able to meet, be out to our families, see each other in person for a very, very long time. Nonetheless, I bit the bullet on November 6, 2017. That night, it was just really, really memorable to us because we beat around the bush a bit. I talked about having a crush on somebody. I think that part of her was really hoping and also kind of knew that it might be her, that there was like a huge chance that it was her. But the other part of her, as she told me, was just wanting to be safe and also kind of fearing rejection if this was it, if I was going to tell her that it was somebody else that I liked. And so it got kind of flirty, but there was like a really, really nervous, anxious tension. We talked and talked and talked, and finally I said something along the lines of, "You adorable idiot, it's you that I like." I couldn't believe I'd said it. She couldn't believe that I'd said it. The amazing thing about this whole get-together was that she had in fact also been in like with me for a really, really long time, ever since we first exchanged our Instagram handles. And the thing is, it was kind of the same, because the first time that I saw her Instagram and I scrolled through, and at first I didn't have much of a reaction. I was just like, oh, this person is really soulful, very creative, beyond creative, so artistic. And then when I actually saw her selfies and her photos, I was like, those kinds of people who grow more and more beautiful the more you look at them. And then also the more that you get to know them and you've got a personality and a soul attached to that face that you know. She's exactly that kind of person. Drop dead gorgeous, but also the more and more that you get to know her and the more pictures and videos that you see of her, you just realize what a captivating soul she is behind that gorgeous face. 2 years later, we're still very much in love. We are still very much engaged. I proposed to her via video on her birthday. This was after we had gotten together. I was at an interview to be accepted to a PhD program at one of the universities that I applied to. But I was so preoccupied and very tense that day because I had a chance to film my proposal in a very scenic background on campus. And so I seized that chance during the moments that I was alone to just film an unscripted proposal that was about 4 minutes long. I'm going to link it here and down below. And yeah, I may not have nailed the interview, but I definitely nailed my partner for life. That was possibly the most emotional and vulnerable and open that I've ever been with anyone, even in a video, and I never imagined that at that age I would be getting down on one knee to film a proposal for my best friend, for the love of my life. So in recent months, I've been getting into K-dramas, Korean movies in particular, and there's this one that sticks out in my mind. It's about a husband and a wife who have a rocky relationship and they struggle but work hard to repair what they have. And so one of the lines that really stuck with me was when the wife's character tells a friend, "Your first love is not the one you love first. It's the first time you meet the one you loved last." And I really like to think that that applies to my relationship with my fiancé. I hope that in some way this story that I shared with you today may help you, whether you're an ally or a fellow member of the LGBTQ+ community, or also in a long-distance relationship, any kind of situation where you might be able to relate to what I told you. I hope this helped. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye!
It is dark. It is quiet. Just you and me, dear beloved. Just my voice traveling from here. Traveling silent and immediate across sleepy homes and lost souls, and silent seas and dead stars. To your ears, you curl under a blanket, protecting your body from the world. And you are listening, hearing me. Sleep heavily and know that I am here with you now. The past is gone and cannot harm you anymore. And while the future is fast coming for you, it always flinches first and settles in as the gentle present. This now, this us, we can cope with that. We can do this together, you and I, drowsily but comfortably. Good night, my beloved. I love you.